the trial of Luigi Mangione, who is
Who is usually known as Luigi.
Luigi. This is my rant, that he is accused of murdering a United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson.
Which video was
Right.
broadcast.
And this happened
Captured it.
a year ago. It is a year ago today as we
December
speak.
4th, a year ago.
And he is on trial in the US. The trial is ongoing as we speak. Now, because of the different rules that cover US media coverage of trials, very much unlike the UK, where almost very, very little is made public because it can be prejudicial to the process. All of this is splashed right across the US media. And I think one of the things that's really troubling to me as a kind of outsider looking into the US and the coverage of this story specifically is that all of the coverage is about the alleged perpetrator and not about the victim. And I think you noticed today, you said, oh, well, this is the first time that I can remember that I've seen a picture of the victim of the person who was shot dead versus the man who was accused of carrying out that
Because
shooting.
we were watching CNN.
Indeed.
So, I mean, I don't watch TV news hardly at all anymore unless it's Bloomberg. And I saw Brian Thompson, the healthcare CEO who was killed's face. And I realized I hadn't seen his face
Right.
because all of the Luigi Mangione news, and I have to like stop myself from saying just Luigi. All of the news around him I've consumed on social media. And it is always, I'm not even going to say almost always, it is always in this kind of sympathetic light.
So this is an argument about how the media frames stories, and the stories being framed both by the mainstream media and also on social media as a kind of, for want of a better phrase, a hot felon story. So Mangione appears to be a character who has captured the attention and not the imagination of particularly younger audiences. And
Also, I think, yes, he's very good looking, but the whole story has tapped into this sense of justice. Like, there are quite a lot of people, the narrative that I see on social media is there is zero, nobody feels bad about the healthcare CEO. They feel like he deserved it
well,
because he represents an organization that is exploitative and harms people because they're, they think they're sharks.
and this is what's really troubling. And I think we haven't really got to that stage of the trial yet, that we don't really know whether this is going to be a part of his defense or not. But it's very clear from some of the reporting around the incident when it happened that the alleged murder and the Mangione's involvement in it was in part motivated by a sense of grievance about the US healthcare industry. And you're right that this is the people looking at this story have engaged with it on that level rather than necessarily being what I think it is, which is a story about it's a cold-blooded murder of somebody shot dead on the streets of New York. And I think
Who has two children.
yes, indeed. Yeah. And the framing of it is